Welcome back to our channel, and thank you all for tuning in and thank you all for supporting us. And we shall continue to bring you the latest news as they come. But if you are new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so. My brothers and my sisters, the way the Janjaweed Fulani thinks and believe that they can deceive the rest of the country in order to achieve their evil and wicked agenda is very laughable. Imagine comparing open grazing, where they move cattle, cows, through bushes and forests of Biafra land. They compare it to a legitimate spare part business by Biafrans who rent shops, pay taxes, invest in their host community. You know, they are comparing both together. They are comparing it. No wonder they are comparing Fulani Meyetiala, a terrorist organization, to Ohaneze Ndigbo. They are also comparing it to Afenifere, comparing it to Pandef. And, our Southern and Biafran brothers, they are all keeping quiet. And one day, they will compare Southerners, Biafrans, with their cows. They will compare us with their cows. If we keep keeping quiet and allowing the Fulani Janjaweed to be doing anyhow in that contraption called Nigeria, it is high time that nation breaks. Biafrans need referendum right now. We need referendum. We can't be in the same country where they are now comparing open grazing to spare part trade. Because we will be there one day, they compare us with cow and goats. The open grazing that is being sponsored by the Janjaweed Fulani Nigerian government is used primarily for terrorism, land grabbing, and the Fulanization of the whole Nigeria. That's it. The Fulani Nigerian Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, a former late Buhari's charge and bail quota system Sharia lawyer, said on Channels Television, a compromised Nigerian news media, that the resolve to ban open grazing by southern governors is equivalent to banning of spare parts trading by Biafrans in the north, which the Fulani Nigerian government will do everything to stop if the southern governors refuses to reverse the ban on Fulani terrorist open grazing agenda or trade. The Janjaweed Fulani Nigerian government, having recruited Fulani terrorists from all over Sahel and brought them to Nigeria, they now bought cows and provided them with cattle and cows to disguise as herdsmen. It was Nigerian government that bought all those cows for them. They bought it and gave it to the terrorists and disguised them as herdsmen, whereas they are spying for the Nigerian government. They are spying and giving information to the Minister of Communication, Sheikh Issa Patami, who happens to be the chief terrorist officer in Nigeria. He's the chief terrorist officer. They are using the NIM and connecting with the Fulani herdsmen, roaming the bushes and forests of Biafran land, giving them information with the help of the Nigerian military and police. They are all working together. The Nigerian government now gave the Fulani Janjaweed, disguising as herdsmen, AK-47. Instead of their usual Fulani stick or rod, Fulanis are known to be carrying stick. But these days, the Nigerian government gave them AK-47 to kill, maim, and overrun anyone opposing their conquest. But the Nigerian government are now afraid. They are afraid. The Fulani Nigerian government are afraid that the southern governors, who are their slaves, are now awoken, and they are now trying to stop the Fulani conquest mission with their open grazing ban. They are not happy. And, they plan to completely Fulanize Nigeria before 2023. That was their plan. But the Janjaweed Fulani had to push their gender completion date forward to October 2022. And the reason is because they are finding it very difficult to overrun Biafran land. They are finding it very difficult. They have used 2023 to deceive some in the southwest. Those ones have agreed, and they trickishly took over their lands, their forests, and their bushes. But IPOB and Eastern Security Network have refused the Janjaweed to take over Biafran land. And one thing must be clear. Our leader have always said it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have always said that not an inch of Biafran land will be taken or ceded to the Fulani Janjaweed, no matter what. If they try it, then they will all go for it. They will all go for it. The Fulani Nigerian government takes Nigerians as fools, but not Biafrans. They are not taking Biafrans as fools. But if you call yourself in Nigeria, they take you as fool. But Biafrans, they don't take them as fool. And the reason is because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of Biafra, is wiser than all the Fulani Janjaweed, including those in Futajalon and Sahel put together. He's wiser than them. He's 1,000,000 times wiser than them. Imagine a quota system Malami comparing Biafran spare parts trading to primitive and archaic open grazing of cow. Other nations have gone into ranches, producing milk that could feed their people, and the surplus are exported, to other countries. Whereas Nigerian Fulani are busy pushing cow from one forest to the other, and they can't even produce any milk. Not enough to even take care of one Fulani Janjaweed terrorist. Talk less of his whole family. And they are here pushing, crying, threatening everyone that banning of open grazing would lead to banning of spare part trading in the north. That's what they are saying. That's what they are saying. A quota system Malami comparing Biafran spare parts trading to primitive and archaic open grazing of cow. The Biafran traders, they support their host communities. They support the economy by paying rent, by investing and building of houses and hotels. They buy land. They pay taxes, increasing the internal generated revenue of that host community. They pay taxes. They provide employment to some of those Alumajari and Janjaweeds. They provide employment for them. Imagine if all the Biafrans trading in spare parts leaves the northern Nigeria for the Fulani Janjaweed. Many things will happen. But some of the things that might happen is their IGR, that's the internal generated revenue, will crash to zero. And the Fulani Janjaweed, the only two things they know how to do is looting and violence, then their state or their local government will suffer. It will suffer because the elites would have stolen all the money the federal government would have allocated to them. Then the local government won't have enough money. So that is one of the things. Their IGR will go down to zero. All their broken down vehicles will now be packed down, because where are they going to buy spare parts from? Is it not the same Biafrans that are selling spare parts to them? It is. So the way they reason sometimes, it baffles me. It baffles me. I don't know why they should be in the same nation as Biafrans. They shouldn't. They should form another country, maybe them and with their cow. Let them be there and enjoying themselves. You know? Their IGR will crash to zero. All their vehicles will be grounded. Then they will go back to their camel form of transport. They will be climbing camel to move from Kanu to Sokoto. That's what they will be doing. The Fulani herdsmen, they do not add a single kobo to the purse of their host community. They do not they do not help the host community to generate any internal revenue. No, they don't. Instead, they bring in terrorism. They kidnap and rape the host community women and girls. They rape them. They kill their farmers, kill their men and their boys, kidnap them for ransom. That is all they do. And other social atrocities and vices. You know, the Fulani Janjaweed, they are known to be taking hard drugs. They will even introduce the host community. They will teach their children how to take hard drugs. That's what they do. And teach them how to turn to armed robbers and all those things. So that is why the open grazing has to stop. Because if open grazing does not stop, then Fulani will take over every other non-Fulani ancestral land. They will take over. And that's why they are crying victim now. They are crying. They are blackmailing everyone, the governors, everybody. They are blackmailing them. They are blackmailing. The Biafran spare part traders are not supported by any government. Even the federal government does not support them financially or even morally. Nothing. The state government does not support them. The host community does not support them. But they are supported by their hard work and God only. That's the only thing that supports the Biafran spare part traders, God and their hard work. On the other hand, the Fulani Janjaweed herdsmen are not only supported by both federal government of Nigeria and the various state government and even the host communities. They support them. Even in Biafra land, some of our slave governors, they support the Janjaweed, the Fulani herdsmen. They support them. Like if their cow gets killed or something, the state governor will compensate them. But if a Biafra shop burns in Suleja, no one will come to their aid. No one. No one will support them. They will have to go and hustle, look for money to start all over again. But if it is Fulani, the state government, the federal government, even the host communities will support them financially. The Fulanis are also supported by the Nigerian security agencies who help them, who guide them, and protect them from retaliation by host communities, especially when the Fulanis commit all their wicked atrocities. With what the Fulani terrorist Nigerian Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, have just said on the TV. It shows that the Janjaweed Fulanis cannot hide their hatred of Biafrans. They can't hide the hatred that they have on Biafrans. They can't hide it. All because Biafrans refuse to be dominated and allow the Janjaweed Fulanis to easily take over Biafran land like they had done in time past in Plateau State, in Jos North local government, in Kwara State, in Ilorin, in Kaduna, in northern Kaduna, because the whole of Kaduna used to belong to the Christian Kadunas, and others. Comparing spare part trading and roaming bandits and terrorists is a false equivalence by the quota system Fulani charge and bail Sharia court lawyer, Malami. With such kind of very low IQ, he has made Nigeria a laughing stock among the nations of the world, including the poorest nations in the world. Yeah, I have to include the poorest nation because Nigeria is the headquarter of the poorest people on earth. Is the headquarter. They overtook India. The Ondo State Governor, Rotimi Akeredolu, a well-read and articulated lawyer, not like the charge and bail Malami that they have as Minister of Justice, who graduated with Let My People Go certificate. They had to let Malami go from school. They had to let him go because they needed lawyers from his village. So he had to go. Akeredolu blasted Malami that it is most unfortunate that the Attorney General of the Federation is unable to distill issues as expected as a SAN. The SAN, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, it was given to Malami, it was awarded to him based on quota system. It was not based on merit because there's nothing intelligent he has ever done. It was purely based on quota system. Someone like Malami is not fit to even be a megad or a gateman in a village primary school for not being able to distinguish between a legitimate business that is not in any way injurious and a certain predilection of anarchy, like open grazing. This shows that the Fulani Janjaweed are evil, wicked, greedy, and arrogant. For the Sharia court and quota system lawyer Malami to make such a statement, comparing the terrorist Fulani trade of open grazing, which have led to the loss of lives, families, farmlands, properties, and engendered untold hardship on their host communities, with buying and selling of auto parts is not only strange, it is annoying and betrays a terrible mindset. All Biafrans and Southern lawyers who have SAN should all drop it. They should drop that title because they can't be in the same league as a very low IQ Malami that have brought shame to that title by reasoning like an animal. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video, and thank you for supporting this channel. Please watch out for the next, and bye-bye for now.